When I was a child, I observed countless journeys in the back seat of a Volvo. In Sweden and in Finland, Volvo has been the most popular car for decades, for many, many years. We drove with our Volvo to the north of Finland, to Germany, to Czech Republic, etc. But one thing that I did not realize when I was a child, I understood it lately when we started visiting some really luxurious houses with my wife. And she was so amazed. Wow, this house is so amazing. I have never been in such an expensive house in my life. But for me, it is just a plain normality. Because I grew up in an environment that describes as being rich but really frugal. My father always used to tell stories about the millionaires that he knew, the Swedish or Finnish or Finno-Swedish millionaires who drove in old old cars like old Volvos or in old Mercedeses, doors basically hanging on the hinges, but still they're driving with their old cars and not purchasing new ones. Because when you have something that you really like and you're fond of and it works, it serves its purpose, you do not have to upgrade it. And it also helps you to focus. Like Steve Jobs, he used to have in his wardrobe black clothes, like black shirts and jeans, something like that. And he did not have to think. He was able to focus on the things that he was concentrating upon, like designing the most beautiful phone, you see. And as a child, I realized that adventuring, going to different places, is part of life. In Finland, people drive to work at least 2 hours a day, quite often. Like my brother wakes up 5 a.m., goes into his car, drives 100 kilometers to his workplace, and in the evening he drives back. It's normality in Finland and also in Scandinavia. But being brought up in such a way that it's normal to have luxurious homes, to meet rich people, to hear the business talk. It taught me something. It taught me modesty, that I do not have to show off with my things. Like I learned a lesson that I must earn my things. Although I'm coming from a wealthy background. For example, I was in an Estonian school and all the children were having new phones and new stuff. Like when the iPod came out, I did not have one. And I saw like others were playing with listening to music, and then they had this iPod with a screen on it. They were playing games on there, and I was like, I had still my Nokia. I had my Nokia phone, like hello, and I felt like oh, I, and when I asked from my parents, could I get also this iPod or something, the answer was strict no. You must earn your own stuff. Come work in the summer or after school and you will get paid. Or when you get some money, just save it. And I learned it. I saved many thousand, many thousand kroners. We had kron in Estonia. Kroners But then something happened that also shaped my life. Another thing, that I was learning this frugal pace of saving money, of earning your things, and being modest about your wealth. Because when you show off, I see so many people driving with new Porsches in our country, and they are meek. They they are they are empty. They're empty shells showing off. But if you have inside that is full of power, full of attitude, you can have anything outside and you enjoy. Like for many people, I preach that you should drive with an old car, fix it. Don't go with the hype of electrical vehicles, or you should have a Tesla, then you're a real business person. No, then you're a show off and you are just a liar. That's simple as that. Have an old car, fix it, enjoy it. Have an old house, fix it, enjoy it. Use your things till the end of the life cycle. Do not consume too much. Consuming is just wasting your money, your time, and actually the valuable resources of the earth. Simple as that. That's what I learned of being brought up in between the Volvo millionaires. And I must say, Finnish have more pride about Saab, although Saab was a Swedish company, car manufacturer, but really many most beautiful models of Saab were manufactured in Finland. We also have one Saab Cabriolet that's really really beautiful car, and they do not manufacture it anymore. So it's beautiful to have unique unicums. It's beautiful to have treasures. It gives a sense of value and sense of history. It gives a history of beginning. Finnish are really proud about their enterprises that have been big in the world, like Nokia or Angry Birds. I am really proud of the Neste, which is a company that manufactures fuel for our petrol for the cars. and and also another thing of frugality and such attitude is that it's really easy to start learning a real craft or a skill. Like as a child, I was introduced into the motorsports, into kart racing. I was really good at it, but then I got some really bad coaches and it ruined my career. But I was always inspired by Kimi Räikkönen and Mika Häkkinen. Like Schumacher said that Mika Häkkinen is the only driver that he was afraid of, and he had to, because Mika was great in or rally drivers like Tommi Mäkinen and Markus Grönholm, etc. Yeah, Kankkunen. They all gave the sense of purpose and sense of respect that uh, we all we all deserve and aim to be great in our lives in the craft that we are honing and doing. And supposedly I found my craft as being a speaker, as being someone who inspires people to take action. Because I take action, I test out things, and then I see do they work, and I share my experiences with the public, with the audiences, you see. And when I was in school and I was teased by other children, and I had not realized what wealth gives you. Actually, it gives you connections. And I was teased, like other children were bullying me because I had Finnish background in Estonia. Really really close countries, really close people, but still children are the most hateful bunch of people ever in the world. If they start exterminating someone, then they are really superb at it. But when I was bullied and teased in school, so my mother said, "But go tell other children that your father knows the mafia. He knows the underground." And I was like, "Ah, the mafia, those bad bad guys with guns who print out money. And then I understood the scope of her wealth. And I told other children, and they were like, "Whoa, oh my God," really afraid of. And it's so important when we have those surroundings. Then we create this normality in all of our lives. Like I said about my wife, she has got different background, and and when I discover that those things that are normal for me are not normal for her, it's surprising for me. Then I'm trying to educate her with a word that I know. But I know that this word that I know is neither perfect, but it's the stable and safe environment that I grew up. Because Finnish people, they can seem to be quite closed and cold and silent. But when I hang out with my father, sometimes we drive with the car, we do not say anything to each other. Meh, meh, mennään sinne. No niin. But there's huge caring, and I've noticed it in many Finnish people that they take you. When they know you, they take you granted and they hold you. You don't have to feel any lack or or being afraid of your material fortunes because they trust you and you trust them. That's a mutual respect, and it's one of the most glorifying attributes that I have received as a blessing in my life, and I have been able to build my future, my present, and my past on those premises of building this mutual respect and trust. Not saying that much. Okay, I'm a public speaker, so I have to say a lot, but my values, they echo from me that I don't have to express them. Oh, I love you so much. You are so dear to me. Uh, uh, uh. That's quite overwhelming for me. I just say, I'm a practical man of action, so I just take take my wife down and have her. So that's that's just that's just something that works naturally for me. It can be different. Oh, you got to seduce your woman. Why? You just go there and take her. No, no small talk. No small other things. You see. But this feeling that I have inherited from those Finnish millionaires that I found out later in my life that we knew a lot of people who were millionaires in Finland and who were doing business, different kinds of business. And that's a special class of people who really value their material possessions. They value the goods that they have, and they are able to serve other people with their values, with their ideas, and their aim is to give this sense of safety, to forward the sense of safety to other people. And it has given me so much that I also try to preach it. I also try to influence people through trust, because I can trust people. Sometimes I see when they are lying to me, but I am hoping that they will see it themselves as well, and they will eventually stop lying to me. Trust just is able to burn all the boundaries and, and make meaningful connections like Nokia connecting people, two hands clasping to each other. I hope you enjoyed this video, subscribe, and see you soon again.